2005 Honda Jazz. It's kind of a borrowed car for my stepson. Massive problem with his BMW. Oh, it's such a shame. Dinky little engine in this thing. It must be a 3-cylinder. Know nothing about it, but look at the size of the battery. It's got a slightly weak battery, hence the battery charger, but look at the size of it. It's kind of like, it's like half a battery. It's like something you'd find on a sort of a power caddy, like a golf cart. It's really so it's just so small. I seriously can't get over how small that battery is. I mean, you could like pick it up and put it in your pocket. So yeah, we don't know anything about this car really. It's just borrowed because I say his BMW slipped a timing chain. 37,000 miles on a 2009 BMW 320, immaculate condition. Really seemed like a really good buy. Timing tensioner fouled, timing chain slipped, engine trashed. It's not worth repairing. It's ridiculous. So he's got this one borrowed at the moment. And yeah, I'm just charging up the battery because he's self-isolating and he's not using it, so the battery's going flat. It's not a bad car really. It's a little bit tatty. It's not been particularly well looked after, but it is quite an old car. So but I just say that, oh my god. Also late 2005 2006 Volvo C70 2.4 5-cylinder turbo freaked me out totally with the roof, which I'll take you through it. I'll show you the problem with the roof earlier in the week. It's just going to be a simple little repair, but really thought that it was the end of this car if the roof goes wrong and doesn't work, because it completely outcost the value of the car to even attempt to get the roof fixed. Very complicated. So I just thought I'd show you on this video. I'll just go through it. It freaked me out for a couple of days, but I did manage to sort of work out what was wrong, and all is well. Just needs a simple little repair, which I'll take you through. But oh yeah, little Fred in the shed. Yeah, he certainly did panic for a little bit. But let me take you through what happened. So the main feature, of course, any convertible car is the folding roof. Without that, you've just got a slightly noisier saloon. This roof was quite advanced in its day when it came. This came out in was it 1999, I believe they launched the C70 Mark 1, and quite advanced, quite technical as well, obviously fully electric. And yes, there's lots of little micro switches, also little sensors around the roof, and all of that has to work in a certain order. If any of those switches fail or get gummed up, then the roof has its own little CPU, its own little brain, and if it thinks that anything's wrong, then for safety reasons it will stop working. So there's a lot of little things can go wrong with this roof, and if it does go wrong, trying to find out what is wrong is a real nightmare. If you went to a main dealer, they can put it onto a code reader as long as the roof is retracted, and they can find out exactly what is wrong with the roof. But if you go to an independent, they probably haven't got that level of diagnostics. Obviously main dealer prices are pretty expensive. Even to roof calibration on the roof fails, this costs well over £100 I believe now for them just to recalibrate it. That's why it's a good thing with these folding roofs that you don't stop the roof in mid action and then restart it unless you can. I saw a guy when we was down the coast that had one of these. I went and chatted to him, and he said to me, oh, do you realise that in the hood compartment there you've got so much more boot storage? And what he was doing, he was lifting the back of this up and he was using all of the storage that's not in use when the convertible roof is not retracted in the back there, and then he was sort of lifting it up and putting it down and putting soft bags in there, and I was wincing because by just using part of the mechanism you can so easily knock it out of sync, and then you're going to have the whole thing sort of synced at the dealer. And I didn't say anything to him because he was an old guy, but I thought, God, I wouldn't do that myself. Certainly when I do operate the roof and when it's working, I do make sure it goes all completely down and then completely back. I do not break it mid-cycle. So what happened to me was I took the car shopping, went to get some shopping from my mum and dad because they're all shut down with this coronavirus thing going on, and yeah, we pulled into Tesco's, had the roof down because it was a nice day, very much like today, and went to push the roof up with the little switch there. This isn't going to happen at the moment because I'm not running the engine for noise reasons, but went to push that, and all that happened was the little light there flashed on and off, which told me there was something wrong, and the roof didn't work. I checked that I had the handbrake on, because you need the handbrake on. I checked that I was in park, engine running, and yeah, a little bit worrying. So I went and did my shopping, and obviously thought about that all the way around my shopping, worrying about what had gone wrong with the roof. Came back out, started the car, tested it, pushed the little switch, the roof closed. So I kept it closed all the way home. Came home, opened the roof again, roof retracted back, was absolutely fine. Came indoors, came out again, tried to close the roof, and once again the roof remained completely down. It wouldn't close. So yeah, it worried me like hell. I was like thinking, oh my god, this could be extremely expensive. It certainly, a car this age, it would cost more than the car is worth if I have to start taking this to a garage or a specialist, getting all this stuff diagnosed. Worst nightmare really for this car. Such a shame, because it's a lovely car to drive. Such a shame. And went online and sort of checked and all of the horror stories of people with regulators and servo motors and micro switches. The thing is so blooming technical. It's even got a feed running into the stereo here, because the stereo has two different graphic equalizer settings for when you have the roof up and the roof down. And even it will mute the built-in subwoofers that are into the back seats. You've got two 10-inch drivers there, 400 watts of subwoofer power, but you can also have that when the roof comes up. It will mute that and only come on when you've got the roof down, which is so technical for 1999. It's crazy, but all of that means it's not simplistic. There's lots of wires, and anything could possibly sort of go wrong. So I did sort of check, and I went all through the horror stories, and people said, you know, pull back the roof lining, check certain wires around hinges, things like that. I checked all my wiring, it seemed absolutely fine. And yeah, I was a little bit miffed and a little bit downhearted, a little bit depressed. So I went to work the next day, and yeah, thought about it for most of my time at work. Took my mind off the COVID-19 situation, having to work through it, so that was fine. And when I came back, I just thought that, yeah, I've got the handbrake on, but I didn't check on the dashboard here. I didn't check whether the little park brake light was illuminated, and I thought, well, because it's an automatic, I've become very, very lazy, and I tend not to use the handbrake. I just tend to put it in park. The car also sits in the garage pretty much all over all of the winter. It's only a summer car, and I just thought that on this handbrake switch somewhere there must be a little micro switch that lets the car know the handbrake's on. And yeah, I just wondered if that little light was on, and sure enough what happened was I came out and got in the car, started the car, and with the handbrake on, the light wasn't illuminated. Simple as that. I pulled the handbrake up and down a few times, it came on. The roof worked absolutely fine. Went in, had a cup of tea, came back out again, started the car, and once again that little park light was not illuminated and the roof didn't work. So yeah, it turns out that obviously there is a little micro switch somewhere in here, which we're going to have a look at today, and that was the problem. At the very worst, I just have to try and find the switch and replace the micro switch. Hopefully a little bit of contact cleaner, just because of lack of use, will be enough to sort it out. So I was quite relieved, even though there was a problem, but I was relieved that it wasn't too technical, and it wasn't going to be a complete nightmare. It's just a simple little switch. Also, people said that you should lubricate the hinges and that on the mechanical roof with lithium grease. So I've ordered some white lithium grease that will be coming at the weekend, and I will go round now and make sure everything is nicely sort of lubricated. But today's thing, I don't know how much you can see, but I've got this little bit of grey trim here, and yeah, just need, I think, to sort of prise this off and just see if we can get to a little switch that's just inside here, and that's what we're going to be doing. Just a little tip: if you're going to go try and tackle any plastic trim in cars, for God's sake, don't go at it with a flat-bladed screwdriver. I know it's tempting to have a go, but you will end up most likely breaking the clips. Get yourself just a couple of these sort of plastic little tools here. I mean, you can see these have had some good use. These sort of trim removal tools, very, very cheap, a couple of quid for a whole set on eBay or on Amazon, and then you can then start prying the plastic away with these little tools, you'll do far less damage, and hopefully no damage at all, than if you don't go at it with a screwdriver. And there we go, that was sort of quite easy enough. There's literally one clip just there which I've managed to release and not break. This just comes forward, I assume, like that. I don't really want to take this leather gaiter off. Well, there you go, straight away. Hopefully you can see that, as I suspected there would be. There's a little micro switch just in there. That's nice and easy to and accessible. If I can get the light to stay up. There you go, just there. So I think all I need to do is get some contact spray and just give that a little flick of contact spray. Right, hopefully I can get this on camera. It's all handheld, of course. But, I don't want to put too much on, but there we go. I think. Oh yeah, that does feel better. That's quite satisfying. At the very worst, there is a little torque screw there, which you probably can't see. So it looks like I could get to that and replace it without hopefully having to take all of this off. I wouldn't have thought that would be too expensive. Even Volvo prices, I don't know, 30 quid, something like that. But anyway, let's put all this back and let's test it and see if it's made an improvement. Right, got the engine running, so I don't know if you can hear me. So right, I'm just going to pull the handbrake on now, and that light has come on straight away, and it's also staying on. So hopefully that's all it was. It was literally just got a little bit sticky from lack of use throughout the winter. I'll keep an eye on it, but at least now I know that if the roof doesn't come up, that's the reason. As I can get to that switch so easily, I could always short it out just to get the roof up. Right, let's do a final check on the roof. Yep, that seems to be working absolutely fine. Like I say, I'm going to lubricate this anyway. And over she comes. So there you go. I hope you don't mind me waffling on. Let me know in the comments, you know, like I'll do a bit of waffling at the beginning, just as a bit of history on the car, stuff like that. If you don't want to see that, because it bulks out the video a bit too much, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments if you're not interested in seeing that, and I'll cut these Fred 2 videos down. I don't worry too much about the time on these Fred 2 videos. But anyway, as for now, there's the old thumb. Cheers, thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking with Fred in the Shed 2. Please, please stay safe. If you can, stay indoors. Let's get through this bloody coronavirus thing. It's very worrying, isn't it? Amount of people. We're going to be up to 1,000 people a day in the UK dying soon. I just don't want to think about it, to be honest. But yeah, all of you, please take care. And thanks for watching. And of course, I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers now.